I'm going to talk about Destined Rivals today, and it seems to be doing quite well. If we take a look at the Destined Rivals Booster Box on TCG Player, right now you can see that its market price is around $288. But if you look at the more recent data, you can see that one has actually been sold for $299.99. Yep, it's closing in on that $300 mark. Yeah, there is one for $215. Wonder what's going on over there. One for $293, one for $290, and then for some reason a Korean SV9A Heatwave pack, or suppose some product 3 sold for 36. So it's weird that these things are also counted into this price, because it brings down the price. But anyways, we have seen 3 being sold for $290, $293, and $299 respectively just today. I'll have to sign in more to see more listings and more sales, but it seems like this box is heading towards that $300 mark and is gonna breach $300 very soon. If we look at the price history, prior to release, it was released at $350.87, and then over time, as odd reveals happened, and people's disappointment happened when they realized it's not gonna be a Team Rocket exclusive set. It's gonna be bundled up with Heatwave Arena and a bunch of other non-Rocket themed Pokemons. So there's also not gonna be a dark Pokemon theme. Dropped a lot, and then some arts got revealed. Some people saw the Team Rocket's Mewtwo. Some liked it, some didn't like it, but nonetheless it still moved up. And then upon release, leading up to release, prices kept on dropping, and then release happened May 31st, and it just kept going down. And then for some other reason, it then made a turning point, and it started moving up again. Now sitting at $288. Let's look at a 3-month view. Basically, from July onwards, it was climbing up. People start getting confidence on this set again. Let's take a look at the single prices. I mean, Team Rocket's Mewtwo holding very strong at $376. At one stage, it even breached $400. This is I'm obviously talking about post-release prices, because pre-release or on the release day, you can see very volatile prices. Yes, it was above 400 on release, but then it dipped quickly after that, and now it's going back above 400. So quite surprising. Cynthia's got Chomp, I think, also on release it was quite high, then it dropped below 200, and now it's going back to 200. Team Rocket's Moltres, not my favorite artwork. I thought it wasn't gonna be top 3, but it is. People seems to really like Moltres. It's a Gen 1 Pokemon, legendary bird, so that's probably why. Ho-Oh, legendary bird, Generation 2. I thought that was going to be the 3rd most expensive card, but it's not too far away from Moltres. So both birds, legendary birds, around that $150 mark, and then we have Nidoking. Not really a fan of this simplistic art style, but yeah, art is subjective. It's also above $100 at $110, and then Crobat artwork better than I expected. It's sitting at $82. So we have 5 SIRs sitting above 100, and then we have another SIR sitting at $80, and then we have our SIR trainers. Have no idea why this SIR trainer is doing so well. Well, it's actually not doing so well, but it's one of the higher SIR trainers. $53. I thought this Ethan's Adventure would be higher than that, sitting at $48. And then we have Team Rocket's Ariana, $41. Definitely this Yan Mega SIR. I did expect this to do very poorly, because it's not a very popular Pokemon, and artwork is meh. $37, and my boss Tiff, also very weak SIR at $30. Team Rocket's Mouth, instead of in terms of illustration rares, I had high hopes for Team Rocket's Mouth, Ethan's Typhlosion, and Musty's Psyduck. And these are doing pretty well, I have to say. Quite surprised with Musty's Lapras, just a bit simplistic style over here. But yeah, it's just doing quite well at $30. Musty's Psyduck, obviously the most expensive, IR at $56. Ethan's Typhlosion, a close second, $40. And then Team Rocket's Meowth, very cute card, $26. And then we have all these other cards. Cynthia's Garchomp, weaker than I expected. Maybe because of the art style. People didn't really like the art and maybe the composition. And so on. So overall, it's a strong set. It's a very strong, and I would say it's the best main set in Scarlet and Violet era. I mean, look at the set value. It's still chilling above 2,000, and which is higher than most other Scarlet and Violet sets. It's only weaker than Prismatic Evolutions, but Prismatic Evolutions is a specialty set. Compare this to other main sets like Surging Sparks, Journey Together, Paldea Evolved, which many people have been talking about. It's stronger from a set value perspective. I mean, if you want to look at Paldea Evolved, which has a booster box way over $300, just take a look at the set value. I know it's close to the end of its print run, but there's just recent news of some reprints happening, so who knows what that is. Is that restocks of booster bundles, booster packs, or is it restocks of booster boxes? You see, Paldea Evolved is only $1,073, and Destined Rivals is $2,000. Yet, a Paldea Evolved booster box is going for $358. I mean, how does that make sense? Make that make sense. Maybe because it's close to the end of its printing cycle. That's why its booster boxes are getting quite high. Because investors are thinking, oh, there's a much lower chance of it being reprinted. So maybe this is the last reprint before it goes out of cycle. Because next year, what you call it, next year, somewhere mid next year, there's probably going to be no more reprints of Paldea Evolved. That's why it's doing quite well. Whereas Destined Rivals, a set which is almost double its set value, is only a $299 box. So I think Destined Rivals it's going to do well. It's going to catch up to Paldea Evolve's box quite soon. And once its print run is done, it's going to outperform Paldea Evolved over the long term. Outperform not from a return perspective, outperform as in price of the booster box. I think price of booster box will be higher eventually over the long term. It's going to catch up and then exceed Paldea Evolved, but that's just my view. You do what you want. And then Surging Sparks, which is a contender of what you can call it, Paldea Evolved and Destined Rivals. Its booster box is going for $240, which kind of makes sense that it's lower than Destined Rivals, and it's still within that reprint cycle. Pikachu 268, Latias 154. So yeah, Destined Rivals 300, a bit surprising, but sort of expected. Okay, that's all I have. I'll catch you in the next one.